just the beginning. Estelle came back their way. This is a great start, she agreed. But I have something even better lined up. Aspen frowned. What are you talking about? Estelle looked around to make sure they were alone before leaning in and dropping her voice. Who can make or break a restaurant just by posting a picture online? Maeve groaned. Who cares? Aspen's eyes grew wide. Oh my gosh, you're talking about Edith Austin, aren't you? Estelle nodded, a small smirk on her face. And guess who managed to get a hold of his boss and finagle an actual review? You didn't, Aspen said flatly. Estelle pumped her eyebrows. I did. Estelle, he could ruin us, Aspen hissed. Or, Estelle said firmly, giving Aspen a look, he could send us racing right out of the gate. Maeve shook her head. That guy seems like a jerk. That guy is the biggest food critic in the Pacific Northwest, Estelle pointed out. He's based out of Portland. With his endorsement, we're a sure thing. Aspen felt as if she might faint. She could barely breathe, and her vision was dimming. Aspen, Estelle gave her sister a shake. Breathe. Aspen sucked in a breath, her mind clearing and quickly working through everything Estelle had just revealed. He's going to have to like my stuff before he'd give us an endorsement, she said hoarsely. Maeve sighed and made a face. If that's all, then I don't see what you're freaking out about. No one can eat your desserts without raving that heaven fell onto their plate. Aspen shook her head. That won't be enough. He's tough. Estelle put her hand on Aspen's shoulders. And so are you. She tilted her chin and gave Aspen a motherly look. How did older sisters always manage to pull that off so well? You're the best baker I know. It's time everyone knew it. She winked. Just don't tell Dad and Mom I said that. You're just trying to make me feel better, Aspen said, shaking her head. She had never been so terrified in her life. Edith Austin was the creme de la creme of food critics. He was young, handsome, and knew how to pose for a camera, which meant his female followers gobbled up everything he said as if it were pure gold. But he was also manly, well-educated, and knew how to throw down an insult if something didn't live up to his expectations, making men enjoy a good laugh while following him as well. Oh my gosh! All three sisters spun to see Ruth, the bride, rushing into the banquet room. She put her hands over her mouth, her short hair standing up in darling spikes on top of her head. Not many people could pull off such a bold look, but Ruth did it with unexpected elegance. Ruth turned from the table and stared straight at Aspen. It's perfect, she breathed. Before Aspen could absorb the compliment, Ruth spun and grabbed one of the cheesecake bites from a tray, downing it in one bite. Oh my gosh, Ruth said again, this time with her mouth full. She closed her eyes as if in bliss and didn't open them for a few moments. When she finally looked at Aspen again, Ruth was smiling wide enough to give the Columbia River a run for its money. Ruth walked over and took Aspen's hands. Thank you so much, she gushed, for making my wedding perfect. I'll be recommending your bakery until the day I die. Aspen couldn't help the smile that tugged at her lips. Ruth was a little on the dramatic side, but it was easy to see she was completely sincere. Estelle elbowed Aspen's side and gave her an I told you so look. Thank you, Aspen said to Ruth. It was such an honor to be a part of this. She squeezed Ruth's hands. You have an open table at our cafe anytime. Because they would have a cafe. This was exactly what Aspen lived for, making people happy with food. Food critic or not, Aspen was determined to succeed. She didn't come from a family of quitters. She came from a family of achievers, and now it was her turn. Edith Austin could come take a bite of anything he wanted.